Well, let's stay with that, with the workers affiliated to Nehawu and that expected strike and picket today. The union is appealing the court interdict that was granted at the weekend. It represents many government employees who, as I mentioned, are calling for a more than 10% increase. This was back in 2022. So far, negotiations, to put it mildly, have not gone smoothly. Nqobile Madlala is in Durban for more on that as well, and it's quite a big jump between 4.7% in Nqobile and also 10 and 12%. And here we are today, interdict or no interdict, the pickets and the strikes are going to continue. What's it like where you are?
Well, Gareth, I'm going to show you what's currently happening behind me. These are the nurses and people who are staff in the Nqobile Madlala hospital, and already they're outside, and you can see from the placards that they're carrying that they are asking for that 10% increase that they have been asking for since last year. And we are understanding that they are continuing with the strike that is going to be happening in various areas here in KwaZulu-Natal. And of course, you can hear that hooting, which shows the support of what's currently happening. But I'm going to bring in someone to speak to us about these issues. I mean, we understand that already the strike was interdicted. Tell us a bit, why is it still continuing?
Yes, from where we are sitting, our understanding is that interdict has been appealed, which then suspends the order. As things stand, from where we are, the strike is still a very much legal strike. It's protected because that interdict that was granted initially has been appealed. Yes.
And I mean, what does this mean then today? What is it that's going to happen here?
Yes, we are in a full-blown strike. We know that there was confusion in terms of messaging, but workers, once they've heard that interdict was appealed, they've responded positive. As you can see, they are coming in numbers. We are going to be here the full day. From where we are sitting is that we are in a full-blown strike. Even tomorrow, if the appeal is in our favor, we will continue to embark on the strike, because what we are striking for is what workers deserve. We will remember that in the public service, since the beginning of the sixth administration, workers have been butchered when it comes to salary increments. So we are not going to stop, we are not going to retreat. We will continue to embark on action until the employer comes to the table with an offer that our members can accept.
But we understand that you weren't able to get that offer last year, which ended up in a 3% increase. What's going to make it different this year?
This is exactly why we are here today. Remember that that offer was unilaterally implemented by the employer. There was no agreement. So that's what we are saying, that that offer that we implemented is not what we wanted. We still want our 10%. We are not even talking about this year's wage negotiation. We are still talking about last year. So until the employer comes to their senses, we are going to continue to embark on this action.
Why is the 10% so important to you?
You will remember that in 2020, there was an agreement which was called the Resolution 1 of 2018, which the last leg was not implemented. So which means workers in the public service in 2020 did not get an increment. You will remember the average inflation vis-a-vis non-increment, that the workers are now suffering. Their cost of living has gone up. Their disposable income has shrunk. So that is why we think 10% is reasonable to cover the other years where there is no increment.
And so now, if you look at KZN at large, which areas will be affected because of the strike?
There are various areas that have been affected. We know that even the Department of Transport in Pinetown, the gates have been closed. In some workplaces in Pietermaritzburg, the gates are closed. And others in the area called Mpangeni, some clinics have been closed. So it's only the beginning. We know that because the first day there were many confusion regarding on what should happen based on the interdict. So that's what may have demobilized workers. But going forward, workers are energized, and from tomorrow it will be a full-blown strike. Most of the workplaces will be shut down.
I mean, it is concerning because we are in a hospital, and a lot of people that come here come seeking for help. And it's not merely because they want to, it's because they need it. What happens to the patients that need assistance?
Yes, we have tried to engage the Department of Health to say, let us agree on how we implement the issue of skeleton. but they were very technical about the issue, citing the issue of the minimum service level agreement that does not exist. So from where we're sitting, we have a legal right to be on strike. So for as long as the strike is legal, then we will continue to embark on this action. It is up to the employer to think about how the patients are going to be serviced, because remember, it is the employer that must give us what we want for us to go back to work.
Thank you very much for speaking to us. That's Prince Mthalane, who is in the regional secretary. These are the people that are here at this point. As you can see, Gareth, they are continuing with that strike. We understand that from Prince, what he's telling us is that this will continue. Tomorrow it's going to be more people that are going to be joining. But we do understand that a lot of services have been affected. According to him, there are offices that already have been closed. But we will continue to monitor on the ground.